So today I've got the iPhone 16e. This one's in black. The notch is back. Let's get started. Alright, so today I'm going to be unboxing the iPhone 16e. This is the black version, and this is Apple's budget phone. So if you think $599 US or $899 US for the starting price at 128 gigabytes is budget, this phone may be an option for you. So let's just quickly take a look around the box. iPhone, Apple logo, iPhone, Apple logo, and then just the back and regular information. Let's pop this thing open. The black version of the iPhone 16e has a similar, I guess, space gray. Just putting it on top of my MacBook Pro, which is actually space black. So kind of get the idea. It's very similar to the space black, but it's just called black. Like I said, this is the base model, so 128 gigabytes. Clean screen. And then you get your charging cable, which is USB-C all the way through, and then your SIM card ejection tool, which, yes, iPhones outside of the US still have SIM cards. No stickers, paperwork. That's all you get inside the box. Now, just holding this in my hand, it feels super light. Comparing it with my iPhone 15 Pro, it's much lighter. Taking a look around the iPhone 16e, first off, on the right side, you have your power button or on-off button there. On the bottom, you have your charging port, USB-C or transfer port, and your speakers. And then on the other side, you have your SIM card ejection tray, if you have a phone that has that. If you're in the US, you won't have that. You have your volume rockers, and then now you don't have a silent switch. You actually get the action button, which I'll show you a little bit later in this video. Up top, not too much going on. And then if we power this on right here, you're going to see that we do not have dynamic island. We have the notch once again. Now, as for that display, it's actually the same 6.1-inch display that's on the iPhone 16s and 16 Pros. That's a Super Retina XDR OLED display with a resolution of 2532 by 1170 at 460 ppi. Surrounding the phone is a completely aluminum frame. The front got glass. On the back, you have glass, and that brings us to the back where we have the single rear camera. Now, this single camera is pretty good. It's a 48 megapixel fusion camera with 2x optical zoom. The video quality you're going to be able to shoot is 4K up to 60 frames per second. You're going to get all the same features like night mode, smart HDR, deep fusion, portrait mode, all that good stuff when taking photos. Moving over to the front-facing camera, inside the notch, you're going to see your camera as well as Face ID options in there. And this camera is a simple 12 megapixel true depth camera. Not the greatest, but it'll get the job done for Zoom calls, selfies, and things like that. Now, if you are buying this phone and you've been looking at iPhone 16s or 16 Pros and things like that, you're going to notice, first off, no dynamic island in comparison to the iPhone 15s and 16s, and then also how large that bezel is all the way around the phone. Quite large. But if you're not familiar with this or you're coming from an older iPhone, you won't even notice this. And honestly, after using this phone for a little while, I barely notice it myself. One of the great things about the iPhone 16e is that it's using the exact same A18 Bionic chip that's in the iPhone 16s right now. So you're going to get the best chip for gaming, for multitasking, or any complex tasks you would want to do with the iPhone. You're also getting the new C1 modem for better connectivity and faster data speeds. This is something that's not even in the iPhone 16 Pros. So that is one thing where this phone will beat out the others. In terms of battery life, you should get up to 26 hours of video playback, 80 hours of audio playback, and it can fast charge 50% in 30 minutes with a simple 20-watt adapter. You can also wirelessly charge. However, there is no MagSafe on the back, so it's just going to slide off of things like that, whereas my iPhone 16 Pro sits nicely. Now, if you're on the fence, you're trying to figure out if you should buy the iPhone 16e or not. There are a few things that you might want to keep in mind. Like I said, this has the best chip that Apple has right now, but it also has Apple Intelligence, something that the older iPhones don't have. So you can actually turn this on right here, ask questions, and use Apple Intelligence, which is an AI integrated software in this phone, and it can even integrate with ChatGPT. I did a complete full tutorial on how to use Apple Intelligence. Click that card up there or the link in the description to watch that tutorial and learn how to use this. It might help your decision if you're thinking of upgrading from an older iPhone. You also get the action button here. You can configure this in your settings. Once again, here, if you go back and into the settings, there's action button right there. So if you're coming from an older iPhone that just had the simple switch, you can use the action button now to do a whole bunch of different things like this. Maybe you want it to set to open up your camera. You can just press and hold on that button. It'll open up the camera. And I did another tutorial on the action button right here if you want to watch it. And it'll show you exactly how that action button works, what you can do with it, how you can configure it to do some really cool things on your phone. I also have iOS 18.3, so the latest version of iOS installed. So if your phone cannot upgrade to the latest version, it might be time to upgrade. And being the cheapest iPhone 16 that Apple has, it might be an option for those of you on a budget. Now, that means you're going to get these cool new abilities here, like the ability to have dark mode applications on your phone, like I do right here, and a whole bunch of other things that you can do with iOS 18. Now, if you're coming from an iPhone 15 Pro or newer, there's no point in upgrading. The weird point is going to be if you have an iPhone 15 and you don't have Apple Intelligence, that's where it's hard to decide if you should upgrade or not. My opinion, if you have an iPhone 15, 14, you should probably go with a Pro model iPhone. Anything before that, maybe you'd want to upgrade to this if you're on a budget, specifically for all the new features. And this phone is going to be able to do anything you need it to do. It's not going to bog down. It's not going to slow down. You got good battery life. It's a solid phone. And in my mind, it's still a flagship phone, even though it's their budget model. Now, I had to pay almost $900 plus tax being in Canada, so this is very expensive here. But $599 is not a bad price, in my opinion, especially if you can grab it off a plan with your carrier, maybe do monthly payments. It might be good as well. So, all in all, the iPhone 16e is a great phone. It is powerful, it's got a great camera, mind you, a single camera, and it has great performance, and it's all at an affordable price. So giving up the dynamic island and MagSafe isn't a huge deal. I don't really notice dynamic island that much for myself. And you can grab a MagSafe case, which most people use cases with their phone, and you'll still be able to use the magnetic features of the MagSafe capabilities. Now, if you are looking for more great iPhone tips, tricks, and tutorial videos, my channel is full of them. I'm happy to help you out in the comments, so if you have any questions, ask there. But my videos are great. The tutorials are there, so you can get the most out of your iPhone, and that's what this channel is all about. So like, subscribe, and click the bell notification box so you're notified when I post new videos. And let me know in the comments what you think of the iPhone 16e. If this is something you think is going to take off, if it's a good phone, if it is a budget phone, or if you think it's garbage. Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.